All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kadash, Barakatham. All right, double honors to the elder apostles at Great Millstone. Salutations to you brothers on the highways and byways, teaching the truth and sincerity, risking your lives to do so. It's a lesson, Jeremiah 21:5, and it says, "And I myself will fight against you with an outstretched hand and with a strong arm, even in anger and in fury and in great wrath. And I will smite the inhabitants of this city, both man and beast. They shall die of a great pestilence." And spiritually, that's what's going on with the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans right now. Spiritually, that's the curses that are on our people because we are incapable, all right, of following the law, statutes, and commandments to the necessity that they need to be followed, all right, through Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Yahweh is he who is, all right, Yahushai is he who will save the elect. The elect are consisted of the 12 tribes of Israel, the 12 tribes of Abraham, Isaac, and then Jacob. Jacob became Israel. The patriarch of Israel was surnamed Israel in the latter end of his life, all right. And the 12 tribes of Israel. So, and we've been scattered to the four corners of the earth today because of our disobedience to this covenant. All right. We have to remember our covenant and remember also that we're not going to be able to be perfect. But at the same time, you know, we're not supposed to be in the spirit of just being subservient to Esau Edom. All right. Esau Edom is the adversary. All right, in the scriptures, he's the adversary to the Most High. All right, he's established his false kingdom on earth. All right, that's through the what we perceive today as the democratic model. All right, which is really run by the central banks. All right, by the elite families that run the central banks. All right, and their names are the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, and DuPonts. And they are the 1%, and they own the majority. They own the world. All right. And so they are the Antichrist. They are the Antichrist element. They are anti-Yahushai. And Yahushai is basically mounting a host. All right. And the host is consisted of the holy angels of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. It's a scary thing, man. So Armageddon is upon the world. All right. So this is a parable. This is against you Israelites, man, that you know refuse to accept who you are, and therefore establishing your lot in the 2/3. Because what we have right now is the separation of the elect and the remnant of the nation of Israel, being so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. And then we have the rest of the world, which are the other nations. All right. And then we have the adversary being in the son of perdition, who is known in the Bible as Esau Edom. All right. Esau Edom, the Edomites. But this is what's going to happen to America. There's going to be a massive pestilence. All right. And so the scriptures are repetitive in their judgments because the Most High's judgment is swift and sure. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's judgment is swift and sure, and it's truly righteous in nature. So if the same kingdoms that are perpetuated on earth that are wicked and are under wicked rulership are perpetuating evil in excess, all right, the Most High is going to deal with those nations. Right now, the ruler of the earth would be Esau Edom, the Edomites, and they've led the world to utter perdition, all right? And they are the leaders of the world we've come to know today. All right. And that's through their petrodollar, their white supremacist society, and their deceiving nature has caused the world to come to misinterpret the actual identity of the prophets of God. All right. It says, and afterwards saith the Lord, I will deliver Zedekiah, king of Judah, and his servants and the people and such as are left in the city from the pestilence, from the sword, and from the famine and into the hand of Nebuchadrezzar, king of Babylon. All right, the king of Babylon today would obviously be the Edomites. All right, because this is Babylon the Great, which is known as America. All right, where all right, which is the Babylonians today. They are the Most High's rod of anger, indignation. Okay, the Most High has allowed these Edomites and these heathens around us to overcome us because we were not subservient to Him. You have to understand we were subservient to our own vanity and our own idolatry, and as a result of that, and not giving the correct through the Spirit, the correct order of the Spirit, which would be starting with the Most High Yahweh through the Son Yahweh Shai, who is the King of Israel today. All right, he lives and his Son lives, and his Son's name means He will save us, and the us is the hopeful elect, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that recognize their true heritage as who they are through the Spirit. All right, and through the scriptures, man. But let's continue getting this. This is all scriptural today, as it was then, as it is written. There's nothing new under the sun. So, as a result, you have to understand that this is the consequence of not following the law, statutes, and commandments of the scriptures of the Bible. All right, and the so-called white man, all right, has deceived the world with the scriptures like a weapon, and has everybody believing that it's a falsity, but in reality, it's real. It's just been grossly misinterpreted. And obviously, that's only capable of being done by the Antichrist himself. And so that's what we have for it. And but the elect, starting with the elder apostles of Great Millstone on down to the elders in other camps and brothers that are teaching this ministry, this future church, that we return, Sharab, to our nationality and our understanding and our heritage, because it's a bloodline thing. It's a blood thing. It's a family thing. It's a family tree. The nation of Israel is a family tree. And these Amalekites, man, and these Edomites, they know who we are. They know our family trees and where and our patriarchies, where and what they did to us, because they know that they need to keep us in a low estate. All right, as Israelites, and that's okay, because we are not capable of perfecting these law, statutes, commandments. All right, we need Yahweh Shai. As Israel, we need Yahweh Shai to come back and perfect our body, man, and our spiritual body is what I'm speaking about. All right, we have a resurrection of the body, and that's being done in these latter times at the end. Right, so as it was before, it is today, so that's always been Israel's problem. Israel in the ancient Hebrew is Yasharallah. We are the children of God, all right? And in Armageddon, the end, perdition, which we're coming near unto, according to prophecy, all right? The Most High, Yahweh Shai, is going to return in the sky, all right, with so-called UFOs. And that's the holy host of the Most High, man. That's the holy army of heaven and of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, who is the true creator and author of life itself. All right, life, everything that we know, which is in this phase of existence known as life. All right, but as it was before, it is now, and we're going to get that in the scriptures at the end of this. But I wanted to get to the point real quick, because Israel's been disobedient, and myself as well included. I'm going to speak for myself first and foremost. I struggle to keep the law in perfection. But that's something that we have to strive unto, brothers, which is to understand the perfect example is Yahweh Shai. All right, through the Holy Ghost, we have been given this spiritual power to remember who we are, man. And so at the end of this whole story of the story of Israel, all right, the greatest story ever told, all right, the author is Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is God. Yahweh Shai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. All right, this future church, we believe in a world to come, of righteousness and led by the King of all kings, all right, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. His name is Yahweh Shai, all right, in the Paleo Hebrew. All right, the Paleo Hebrew, that's his name. It means he will save us. Again, the us is the future church, man. We've been given the spiritual power, starting with the elder apostles down. All right, it's a bold thing to say, but it's this truth in its entirety. And I give thanks to the Lord daily. I give thanks to Yahweh Shai daily. You know, that's what we need to do. We need to be thankful to the elders, give double honors to the other apostles, you know, because without them and without the Spirit, man, you know, we would know the way of death. Let's get that. Verse 8 says, and unto this people thou shalt say, thus saith the Lord. All right, the Lord being Yahweh, because as it was then, it is now. Behold, I set before you the way of life and the way of death. And the way of life is through the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And that's the covenants, the laws of Moses, the laws of old, which Israel, the nation that God is dealing with, all right, basically, you know, is not been capable of following the law, statutes, and commandments to the required extent. All right, so these heathens, you know, that have been given rulership today have been running rampant. So when you understand it from that perspective, you know, the way of life is only achievable unto the nation of Israel and the Israelites, and then just the fraction of Israelites that are of the remnant, all right, of the entire nation, all right, to come back to the Lord's name. The Lord's name is Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And the Spirit, you know, it's all of the Lord. You know, we would not testify that this has anything to do with us. You know, this is all such a spiritual awakening, you know, at the end of the story. All right, but this is the way of life and the way of death. And so that's what we are expected to observe, you know, to understand that either we're to return to the ministry, all right, being the temple within us, all right, the spiritual temple. All right, we're going to get that spiritual temple within us, all right, within our vessels. Our vessels are made of clay. We are the vessels and the instruments of Most High, and we all have a role to play, all right, a position. All right, so we are the temple of the Most High, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, in the embodiment. All right, this is the vessel in which the spirit and essence of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai can be manifested on the earth through his people, all right, the Israelites. And we are the remnant of that people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And we have been given the mercy to returning to our heritage through the other apostles at Great Millstone, who the Lord's dealt with spiritually to teach us of ourselves and study of ourselves in his future church and his ministry, of who the true power and true glory is, and who his son is, the Son of Man, the King of all kings, and who will come to reign supreme on the planet Earth, or on the Lord's footstool. All right. Real quickly, I wanted to get this, though, in reference to Esau Edom, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called Yahweh, called God. All right, so this is Esau. His kingdom has propagated itself to be the Antichrist. It is the beast. All right, the system is the beast. All right, and that is worshipped so that he, as God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And that goes on to speak on the son of perdition, which is referring to Esau Edom, and that's how we know who the sons of perdition are. The nation of perdition is, which is who's been exalted in the planet throughout the last several centuries, and that will be the so-called Caucasian race, otherwise known as the white race, who has beguiled the world into falsely misunderstanding the scriptures and the identity of the true ministers of the Most High, servants of the Most High, the people of the Most High, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They're true people of the Lord, all right? And then those of us that are descended from that ethnic, so-called ethnic source, such as myself, who do not appear that ethnic background, but through the bloodline, all right, because this is a blood thing. All right, it's about a nationality. The Lord's people are supreme on the nation on the earth again, but we're in a state of captivity for our disobedience. But so right now, as a form of discipline to the people of the earth, the Lord's people, all right, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, He's allowed the heathens, all right, and this was 2 Thessalonians 2:4 is talking about the heathens to develop their kingdom. And since they have no idea who the Most High is or anything of the Most High or anything spiritually, their society naturally is a paganistic and heathenistic and furthermore anti-Christ or anti righteousness in all essence, because they know not of the Most High. And that's just the truth of the matter. And so a relevant example, we were cast away due to our disobedience to the covenant, Ephesians 2:13. But now in Hamashiach Yahushai, ye who sometimes were far off are made nigh by the blood of Hamashiach. All right, and so that's who the Lord died for. So the Most High allowed His Son, Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, to live His life in perfection and then give His life for the elect and the 1/3. All right, what that did is purchase the elect and purchase the 1/3 from out of this Armageddon that's coming to the world. And the Armageddon is the end of the era, the end of the era of wickedness. All right, we are living in the world of sin. We are living in the era of sin. All right, being led astray and led in opposition to the correct way of life, as we saw in Jeremiah 21. All right, by the adversary, who is Esau Edom. All right, who incarnate is the representative of Satan. All right, in the flesh, Esau Edom is the representative of Satan. All right, Satan has been given authority over the world to discipline the Israelites. The Israelites went off in disobedience, all right, to the covenant. All right, and I'm rehearsing these statements because these are the laws of what life has ordained for our people being the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, because we need to have that drilled into our mind state because of Esau Edom. Esau Edom, eliminated our ability to access correct information about historical truthhoods. All right, and as a result, has led most of our people astray on doctrines that include worshiping men, worshiping, humans. All right, at the end of the day, the human flesh, which would be Serapis Crispus, Cesare Borgia, and the worship of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, who is an idol of men. All right, he will disappoint the world. All right, Jesus Christ will disappoint the world because Yahushua will not disappoint the world, and that's just the truth of the matter. All right, and so we'll stop it there and pick up another portion in the continued video. Shalom.